this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from SkepticPsychologist. And SkepticPsychologist has this question. SkepticPsychologist asks about how I feel about and the Correllian position about Skyclad Practice. And for those of you who are not familiar with the term, Skyclad Practice means ritual nudity. The idea of entering ritual naked for any of various purposes. And in some traditions of Wicca, this is very important, and in others it's pretty much absent. And it depends really upon what tradition you're talking about. And there are a number of reasons that those people who favor Skyclad Practice favor it, ranging from the idea that it's a state of purity, to the idea that there is no differentiation in status between a bunch of people who are wearing no clothes, to the idea that psychic energy flows more freely when not encumbered by clothing. And we discuss all of these ideas in Lesson 8 of our first degree lessons, where we talk about ritual garb and also Skyclad Practice. And what are my feelings about it? What is the position of the Correllian tradition on it? Well, it's not really a Correllian thing. The Correllian tradition began as a familial tradition, and it still has many of the hallmarks of that. And many of our members are raising their children in the tradition. Skyclad Practice is not really something you're going to see at Correllian rituals. That doesn't mean it's forbidden. It doesn't mean that we discourage people from pursuing it privately if they wish to. It just means that as a tradition, it's not our thing. Now, if you ask my personal opinion of it, I think it has a place. I think it even has an important place. But I don't think that's at, for example, lustrations or in our Correllian temples. Because again, they're very public friendly and very family friendly. And I really don't think that that is the place for Skyclad ritual. But what is the place can be private practice between a couple, a group of people who wish to pursue that, or just a single person. And what does it offer, in my opinion? The thing that it offers primarily is the ability to assess yourself more realistically in terms of your body. We live in a society which is extremely obsessed with appearance and very unrealistic standards of appearance. Fashion magazines famously airbrush 16-year-old models because they're not perfect enough. And all kinds of people are obsessed with what they look like, thinking they don't look good enough, thinking that they're aging too much, thinking that aging at all is bad, partly because they've never seen actual human beings. I think that what Skyclad Practice does offer is actual human beings, seeing what people really look like without airbrushing, seeing what people look like as they age and realizing it's not that bad. I think those are good things that Skyclad Practice offers. I think also coming to terms with yourself, whatever your physical issues may or may not be, I think is very important. So if you go to Lesson 8 of First Degree, you'll find in the spell section a spell that does rely upon Skyclad Practice and kind of sums up my attitudes towards it. So to sum it all up, again, at the tradition level, we don't really do Skyclad Practice, but at a personal level, all Correllians are certainly free to do so. I even, to a large extent, encourage it for the reasons I've said, for reasons of assessing yourself honestly, of coming to terms with imperfection, of coming to terms with aging, and of realizing that there's nothing really wrong with either imperfection or aging, and that that physical perfection touted by our society is largely false. So those would be my thoughts. I hope you find them helpful, and until next time, may you blessed be. Pray for peace. Pray for love. Pray for stability. Pray for the nation where you live. Pray for the world.